All right, hey team, well, welcome to our Wednesday night call. It is Wednesday, December 7th, and tonight we're talking about how to tackle that to-do list. Ooh, look at Anna. She is dedicated, working out and on the call. That is what I call multitasking. That is also what I call, I can't think of the word. Hey, Anna. So before we jump into the call, a couple of things. One, how many people, okay, three things. How many people listen to the National Wake Up Call this week? Okay. How many people watched my live video that I did in the team page about the National Wake Up Call? How many people replied to my email that I sent out? Hey, it's almost everybody. I'll take it. Okay, so if you have not listened to the National Wake Up Call and you did not watch my live video, then you have no idea what I'm about to talk about. So go watch the live video and go listen to the National Wake Up Call. This is the last month for challenge packs to be on special. I had a number of you like kind of message me like freaking out, like, oh, what's going to happen? Like I can't hit Success Club now. And I answered all of those questions in the live video. But I'm just going to say it again. Rest assured, Beachbody does not make changes, guys, without lots of thought and lots of detail. I've heard it when I've gone to like premiere, like attendance, like for parties and whatnot. And they always say like, we don't just make rash decisions. Like their interest is always in the best interest of us coaches, because let's face it, they really wouldn't be where they're at without us coaches. So don't worry. I'm sure amazing things are in store. I have a call with Carl on Friday, and I'm hoping that I hear some more information. So I will share with you guys what I learned. It sounds really cool when I say I have a call with Carl, but it's like me and like 500 other coaches. So it's nothing fancy, but it's fancy because I was invited, so I'll take it, right? So I will share with you guys anything that comes up with that. I am guessing they're really going to start pushing BOD. Which makes sense, which honestly, the way technology works, remember when like VCRs were a thing? I don't think anybody has VCRs anymore. If they do, like if you hit it, it may break nowadays. You don't really see DVD players and Blu-rays being sold really a lot nowadays. Even computers don't have the CD drives in it. So I'm assuming it's going to be aimed more towards BOD, but I have faith that whatever it is, it's going to work out. So don't freak out. And if you're freaking out, can we focus on this month and focus on you hitting Success Club now and not worrying about 2017? If you hit Success Club 5 this month, then you can freak out about 2017. But until then, I give you no authorization to freak out. Second thing on the agenda is please make sure you reply to my email. This was the most replies I've ever had. And I feel like it's because I said I was doing a giveaway at the end. Anybody will do anything to win something. I'm telling you, you're my kind of people. I love prizes. I love presents. It's my love language. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love getting gifts. I love receiving too. No, giving, because I do give a lot. So if you have not replied to that email, please don't say, oh, I'm not replying now because I can't win anything. Please reply. Please. Please. Thank you. And if I don't reply back to you, it's not because I don't love you. It's because I have 50 emails literally in my inbox, and I don't have time to reply to all this. I promise. If you really need something, reach out to me. Third up is this month challenge pack specials are Quarter Force, 21-day fix, and Country Heat. Y'all share your results with Quarter Force. How many of you guys finished today? Okay, a couple of us. And I know a couple of you are like a couple days behind us. If you're not doing Quarter Force, if you're not doing a program, you are more than welcome to share my results. I got a ton of traction when I shared my results, a ton. So you're more than welcome to share mine. And make sure you're sharing your workouts, you're sharing your videos, you're sharing your selfies. And now is the time of year to be doing all that stuff. I literally said on my live video today on my personal page, like, if you don't like my videos, defriend me. I will not be hurt. Legit, those are the words that came out of my mouth. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there, okay, guys? Lastly, don't forget about the weekly challenge. Again, if I don't comment on your picture, it's not because I don't love you, but if you go to my profile, it's literally coach, Ashley, coach, Ashley. So like, I can't even find my own things, which is amazing because that means so many of you are participating and doing it. So don't feel unloved if I don't comment. I'm trying my best to get through them. So tonight's call, we're talking about how to manage that to-do list. I apologize. I don't know what happened. This is going to be a little TMI. I ate chocolate, and it's literally going down my nasal cavity. I sneezed chocolate out of my nose earlier. Most bizarre thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. So I know Anna gave me a look. So I'm like, if I sound stuffy, don't ask. That's what I get for eating chocolate. Yeah, I don't know what Emily typed that. I have a couple Emily's on the call. That is Emily Albrico. Yeah, so tomorrow is, no, Friday's Recognition Friday, so you can even shout out somebody's before and afters. I give you guys full authority to use mine or anybody's in the team page. Just do not use the ones Beachbody gives you. I love Beachbody, I really do, but don't use theirs. Please don't. You know why. End of story. Okay, so we're going to jump into it. So you're going to hear from me, and you're also going to hear from Emily Albrico from two different sides. I don't have kids. I have a dog. He's annoying. I can kind of shake him sometimes and like stick him in a room, and he can bark to death. Can't really do that with the kid. So I'm going to come to you with a to-do list of if you're doing a 9-to-5 job or any type of job, because I used to do that when I was hustling to quit my job. And then I'm going to come to you with some other things. So first things first, for my people that have like 9-to-5 jobs, or not even 9-to-5, if you have a full-time job, you know it's really hard sometimes to do the things that you need to do. You're like, Ashley, I don't have all day to commit to the business like you do. Trust me, I do not have all day, all the time either. Like, I don't know if you guys can see all these boxes behind me and like all this crap on my floor. Like, I have a million things going on it too. So there are some things that are always daily non-negotiables for me. And what I mean by that is every single day, it's got to happen. And Emily's going to chime in when she does hers, and she may add to what her daily non-negotiables are. Everybody's going to be different, but these are my daily non-negotiables. So the first things first is you have to post on social media 2 to 3 times a day. And I know you're going to be like, Ashley, I work. How am I supposed to do 2-3 times a day? I've been there. We all take bathroom breaks, y'all. We all have lunch breaks. If you don't have a lunch break, you need to really contact whatever agency is that like protects workers, because I'm pretty sure you're supposed to have one, or you have a smoke break, or you have a coffee break. I don't know really what it's like nowadays, but you always there's a break somewhere in there. So post in the morning. Even if it's early in the morning, there are people that are going to fit to that demographic, that are going to fit to that time zone that you're posting. You have those early risers. You have those moms dropping their kids off at the drive-through loop. I don't know what they're called. Drive-through? It's loops, circle. I don't know. You know what I mean. Emily gave me a look. She's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what they're called, okay? I don't have kids. So somebody's going to see that post, or they're going to see it when they wake up. So I say first thing in the morning, and this is for like my workers. Now, like I work from home, so my posts are very sporadic the other day. I think my first post today was at like 1. Don't recommend it, but sometimes life happens. Second one, do it in the afternoon. And you can plan out your posts throughout the week. So you can literally draft them in your phone. If you guys have an iPhone, you can save the picture. You probably can do it on Android too. You can save the picture and the text and literally just copy and paste it, and you're good to go. It can be motivational. Yeah, Jasmine, I agree. If you post in the morning, you are going to get more traction. And again, it depends on your time zone and when you post and how frequently you post. Facebook's really wonky like that. And then again in the evening. And one of those posts needs to be a workout post. Now, y'all, do me a favor. If you're about to go to bed and you're like, crap, it's 11:30 and I need to do one more post, save it till the morning. Just save it till the morning. 11:30 is probably not going to get you a lot of traffic, a lot of time, a lot of people seeing it. So save it for the morning. But I feel like the good times to post are usually a little bit after dinner. That's when you'll see a lot of traction. But try to post 2 to 3 times a day. And hey, guys, I know some of you work off of like pages or just in general. Do not schedule your posts. Do that again. Do not schedule your posts unless they're in a Facebook group. And this is why. Facebook will give you less traction and less people noticing your post because you're using a third-party scheduling. Trust me, y'all. I know my info about social media. That's what next week's call is going to talk about. We talk about Instagram and the changes that they've rolled out with it and how to help it grow your business. So I'm going to save some of that. But Facebook does not want to promote third party. So if you use Hootsuite or Buffer, they're going to be like, nah, I'm just picking on Jess because she's the first person I see. Be like, nah, Jess, your posts aren't being seen today. And they're going to push it to the very bottom. And you're going to be like, man, I thought that was a really good post. Well, it probably was, but no one's going to pay attention to it. Same thing on your lake page. I know there's a scheduling thing, unless you're out of the country and you have no access to Wi-Fi, which I would recommend always getting Wi-Fi. It's a business expense. If you go on a cruise or somewhere that you need to pay for it, you can write it off for the business. Don't schedule, okay? Just don't schedule. Rule of thumb. All right, the next thing, guys, this takes 2 minutes. This literally takes the amount of time that you go to the bathroom. And don't act like you are not on your phone when you go to the bathroom. We've all done that. I probably messaged almost all of you while using the bathroom. No shame. Add 5 to 7 friends. Takes less than 2 minutes. So I don't know if you guys know. Let me make sure I have nothing open on Facebook that's like needs to be open. I don't know if you guys know the trick on how to add people on Facebook or how to find people. Jess, can you give me a thumbs up if you can see this? Or Emily, you're both on my screen. Okay, perfect. So the best way to find friends, hey, there's me in my new hair today, which I worked out so you guys can't see it. You're going to go to your profile page. This is from the computer, and I'll show you how to do it on the phone in just a second. This is from the computer. You're going to click on friends. Get out of here. And then you're going to click on find friends. So not only under this find friend feature, can you see all of your view sent requests, guys? Make sure you go in and get rid of these. You can end up, oh, I don't have very many. Go me. Evidently, I sent the journal cassette a friend request. I'm good. You need to clean this up because Facebook will send you into jail. So this is the way you guys can find friends. It's going to tell you people you may know. So like this person, I'm going to scan really quick. We have 0 friends or 0 coach friends in common. So I'm going to send her a friend request. Her, we have no friends in common, like any coach friends, no coach friends. No coach friends. So basically what you rule of thumb is you don't want to add people that have other friends with coaches because let's face it, if they have friends with coaches, they probably have people already messaged them. So if you don't have a lot of people, see, wham, I just added 4 people in less than 30 seconds. And then another way is you can actually search on, like you can pick all these options. Listen, I've heard it. I didn't like my high school friends. I don't want to add them. I don't talk to a single person from high school, maybe one. I really don't care to be friends with them. And if we went to high school together, I'm really sorry. I love you and you're on the team, so I do want to be friends with you now. But I'm still going to add people to my friends and my network because you need to grow your network. You really, really do. I promise you. So it's a very quick way to add people as friends. And it's kind of the same exact thing on Facebook, guys. So if you go to Facebook on your phone, and you click on these, maybe, hold on. Okay, so you click on the 3 little bars right here. See these 3 little bars right there? You're going to click on friends. So now it takes you to almost the same exact screen. You can see outgoing requests and you can see search and you can see suggestions. Simple way, 2 minutes. Anna, do you mean run through that one more time? You came like running from your workout. Click on the 3 little bars right here on the app. There's 3 little bars on the bottom. It may be a little bit different on Android. And then you're going to click on friends. It's like on the side right here. So click on friends. And then it has like outgoing responses, search, stuff like that. Super easy to add friends. 5 to 7 takes less than 2 minutes. Okay. Another non-negotiable, guys, is personal development. And I am being very hypocritical because I suck at personal development, but I am getting better, I promise. So, non-negotiable. Put on a podcast, put on Audible, read 5 to 10 minutes of a book. I know a lot of people like to start their mornings off with reading. Some people like to end their nights with reading. If I try to read PD at night, it's going to put me to sleep and I'm not going to remember what I read. So put on a podcast, put on the national wake-up calls. Team calls, in my opinion, are not personal development. That's just my opinion. You can take it however you want. But national wake-up calls are. If you know your workout routine by heart, put it on behind your workout routine and just have them talk to you and like walk you through their moves. Super easy. Check in on your challenge group, guys, and post. You have to do this. This is probably like on the top of my thing, and I'm putting this above inviting, which a lot of people may be like, whoa. Your challenge groups are your bread and butter. They are your baby. They are your best friend. I have given everything I got to my current challenge group. Shout out to Trish because she helps me amazingly in this group. And this is the best challenge group I have had in nearly 4 years. The most engaging, to the point that nobody's missed a weigh-in. 38 people have not missed a weigh-in in 5 weeks. That's saying a lot for a challenge group if you've run them before. So check in on them. So something I like to do at the end of the night is I literally will go through and I will like post. I may not comment on every single one. Trisha really helps me out with that and comments on a lot of them for me. But the ones that are like really encouraging or they're down, I will comment on them and post in your challenge group. Act just like it's a team challenge group. Post your workout. Post your meals, post motivation, go live. You guys know Facebook Live is my jam and I like to go live. So be active in it. And then lastly, guys, 2 to 3 invites per day. Yours may be a little bit different. Mine are 2 to 3 invites. I think Emily tries to do 2 to 3 invites. We'll hear from her in just a little bit. I would say the quicker your goals are that you're trying to hit, the higher your invites need to be. So if you emailed me back saying, I want to be diamond tomorrow, first off, that's not possible, which it was. It's not. Secondly, you need to up your invite game. If your goal is to be emerald, one a day is okay. But so kind of like look at your goals and where you need to be them at. So those are my daily non-negotiables. So that's really, guys, that's 5 things. Like we have time for that, right? Like we have time for 5 things. We all watch TV. How many of us watched This Is Us last night? How many of us did our daily non-negotiables yesterday before we watched This Is Us? No, either did I. But in most cases, I would say try to do some of them while This Is Us. During commercials, you can add people. During commercials, you can send a quick invite. During commercials, you can check in on your challenges. So just kind of use your time. You may have to balance and try to like multitask. So try to do that. So what happens if you have extra time throughout the day? Throughout the day, you're like, I can do more. I have more time. Follow-ups, guys. Follow-ups are key to your business. If you're not using your BAT, that's the business activity tracker, you need to. Go to the team page, click on the cover photo, and there's links to the BAT, past team calls, a bunch of fun stuff. There's links to things. So go check that out. But you need to be tracking who you're talking to. And if you tell me that you don't need to be tracking people's names, I'm going to say you're full of crap and you need to, because there's no way you can remember who you talk to. Even if you're talking to only 5 people a week, you're not going to remember to follow up with Billy Bob. Where do I get these names? If you've been with me for this entire coaching process, where do I come up with these names? Like really, I don't understand. Anyways, so make sure you guys are writing down names so you remember who to follow up with. Like, honestly, I was at the zoo on Monday and somebody's like, I'm ready to order. And I'm like, I don't remember what we talked about. And I did not write your name down. I was supposed to follow up with her 2 weeks ago. So that was my bad. So make sure you guys are following up. If you can't do it daily, I say a minimum of every 2 to 3 days. If you have a really like rough schedule, maybe plan out your follow-ups. So you're going to do your follow-ups every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you know every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you need to carve out 10 to 15 minutes to send follow-ups to people. Trainings, y'all. Trainings. How many of you guys have done Rock the Basics? And be honest with me. Or how many are you in the process of doing Rock the Basics? All right. So if you have not done them, I don't even care if you've been with me for 3 years now. Man, some of you have been with me for 3 years. That's amazing. I don't care how long you've been with me. You need to do Rock the Basics. I don't care if you've hit Emerald, if you've hit Diamond, if you're on your way to Star Diamond. You can never get enough training. If you're diving back into the business, do Rock the Basics. This is the most simplistic, we'll go with it, training that's out there for our team that we've done. And y'all know I've done a whole lot of trainings. Emily's been with me through every single one that we've tried. Me running a training every single month for you guys is not going to do any better than having a self-paced training, because you need the discipline to do the training. So log into Rock the Basics. Again, link is in the cover photo. Literally each day takes like 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, but not much. It's a really simple training, and there's 3 phases. You can really breeze through it. So make that a goal to start doing that. Listening to past team calls. How many of you listen to the past team calls if you can't make it on the calls? Do you want to know how I know a lot of people don't? YouTube tells me how many views my videos have, and one has like 5. And I'm like, there were not 350 people on that call. So make sure you take the time to get them and listen to them. My goal for 2017 is try to figure out a way to put our team calls into a podcast so you can download them on iTunes or Android and be able to listen to them. That is my goal. I'm going to figure out how to do it. I'll write that down. So make sure you're doing that. Listen to national wake-up calls, okay, guys, and other Beachbody coaches. And then once a week. So I have a once-a-week thing that I need to do, because some of these things aren't going to happen every single day. So once a week, listen to the national wake-up call. I told Emily the other day, I said, I haven't listened to a national wake-up call in like 2 months. Guys, I've been in a funk. It's it is what it is. I've been rocking my workouts, and sometimes when I'm rocking my fitness, I kind of forget about the business side of things. Even if I'm hitting Success Club and even if I'm adding coaches, I forget about those minor things. So let's make it a goal to start listening to the National Wake Up Call no later than Tuesday. I may start doing a thing where I jump on like Wednesday afternoons and we do a chit chat on what we learned about the National Wake Up Call and what our takeaways are. But make sure you guys listen to that. That information is priceless. The stuff that you learn from coaches, this past one was probably my most favorite National Wake Up Call in 4 years. Like legit, it was amazing. So make sure you listen to that and scheduling your challenge group post. I promise you, if you are scheduling your challenge group post, it is going to be like a breath of fresh air, weight lifted off your shoulders. You're going to be like, well, I feel like I'm not like giving them all I got. You still are, because you're still checking in. You're still making your own post. But now what happens if you schedule a post for 7 a.m., which I've gotten out of the habit of doing. Again, I am kind of being a hypocrite and telling you guys what to do, but these are things I do on a daily basis most of the time, so trust me when I say them. That way, if something happens and you can't post first thing in the morning, your challenge group's not like, all right, where's our coach? She disappeared. So it's a great way to at least have your post in there. So these things I told you guys, if you have an hour a day, do all of these every single day, because if you have an hour a day and you're doing your follow-ups, you're doing your invites, you're doing your trainings, you are going to see your business growing. But not all of us have that much time every single day to dedicate to the business. Maybe on the weekends you have a little bit more time to dedicate to the business. You're like, Ashley, I want to give it more. Like, what more can I do? Do more trainings. You can never do enough trainings when it comes to this business. When I became a coach, there was no trainings. There were no team calls. There were. I don't know. There were no team calls. There were no trainings. There wasn't a coach basics. There was none of that. I literally did YouTube videos. That is where I learned all of my stuff, was from YouTube videos. And I would like to say that you guys are not spoiled, but you guys are lucky with all the trainings that are provided for you guys, the live videos, the team calls, the Rock the Basics, all the files on the team page. Take advantage of that stuff. But make sure you're at least inviting, posting, and adding friends daily. Promise me you will keep adding to your network, because what's going to happen in about 2 to 3 months, you'll be like, I ran out of people to talk to. What do I do? And be like, remember I told you to add to your network? That's what you should be doing. Always add to your network. So that's what I have. Emily, I'm going to pass it over to you, and then Emily's going to add in her 2 cents, her info, and then we're going to open it up to questions. So go ahead, Emily. I unmuted you, Em.
Hi, guys. So I'm looking at some of these people, and I don't know who you are. So I figured I'd tell you. Oh, hold on. I gotta read the pacifier. I've been a coach almost, 2.5 years now? No, 20, whatever. For a while. Feels like forever. And so I'm a personally sponsored coach of Ashley's. And so I was a full-time student for a while, and it was like my job because I was a grad student. And I finished that task, and then I had a baby. So kind of right now I'm on maternity leave. So we'll see how this goes when I actually go back to work. But so I can talk to you from both being the full-time, but Ashley did that. And I don't really have much to add to what she said, because she hit it pretty well. She did a good job. Said a lot of things that I would have said, but from the having kids perspective, it's a little bit different, because even with school, if your job is school, you for a while, for the most part, it's scheduled. Like, when your homework assignments are, when your big, projects are going to be, so you can plan for that. And even with like a normal job, you have ideas, you can kind of get a sense for a plan. Well, when you have kids, they do whatever they want, and then there is no plan. So what you have to realize if you have children is you have to sort of be flexible and go with the flow with them, because you'll have grandiose plans that I'm going to get X, Y, and Z done tonight, and then literally they just go off the rails and it's just not happening. And I know probably lots of moms can relate to that. So what I figured out just in the last 2 or 3 months is that there's like, and I kind of talked about this on the end of one of the team calls, to me, it's like a maximum and a minimum. So Ashley already pointed out about your BAT. So I would almost take your BAT, so that's the one provided by Beachbody, and say, okay, if I have the perfect day where I can spend as much time as I want doing my business, and everyone behaves, and the kids are taken care of, and I can do exactly everything I want to do. This is the maximum things I'm going to do. That's if, let's say it's going to be adding 5 people to your network, it's going to be 3 invites, whatever, I'm going to get this much personal development, workout. Just go down the list of your BAT, looking at everything and say, if everything was perfect and ideal, I would get X number of all of these things done, right? Then what you need to do is sit there and go, okay, so if I have a really, really crappy day, what is the minimum I can get done? And I'll feel okay if that's the minimum I can get done. So maybe that's, instead of inviting 5 people or adding 5 people to your network, maybe that's 2. And maybe instead of sending 3 invites, it's 1. And maybe that's about it, because that's all you can handle at the moment. And you just have a minimum list and a maximum list. And what I've kind of had to work on is that when shit hits the fan, don't repeat that. When crap hits the fan, you have to be okay with just doing the minimum. And for myself, I really have high expectations for myself. So it was hard for me for a while to be like, these are the things I'm supposed to be doing, but he's crying and I can't do anything. I have to focus on him, and I can't give as much attention to the business as I want. I have to be okay with just doing the minimum. So this really, for me, I feel like is best with children, just because it's much more unexpected. Where when I was a student or with a job, I had a routine and a rhythm to the work, and you knew when things were coming, and so it was easier to plan. But even then, you have to be okay with, like, let's say you do have like a big project or a big exam coming up. You know that. Well, it's okay. So the 2 days leading up to that project or exam, you have to be willing to maybe do a little bit less with your business and give a little bit more to your schooling or to your work. Hopefully that makes sense. So to me, in whatever kind of season you are in your life, I would just, no, we can't cry. Well, mommy's almost done. Okay, I would just have a minimum and a maximum kind of expectation for yourself. Like, if this is a perfect day, I'm going to do this. And if it's not, and it's, a stressful day, then do your minimum and be okay, and realize that there's going to be another day. And hopefully, usually if there's a crappy day, they follow it up with a good day, hopefully. And then maybe you can hit your maximum, invites and that kind of stuff the next day. So for me, that's kind of worked pretty well with kids. I would just kind of have a plan for up and down, that kind of thing. Because there's a lot of the consistency, I feel like, is gone. And the other thing I talked about, I don't know if I talked about it. I talked about it in a live video I did. But I also, to me, I switched the timing of my power hour versus my workouts. I used to get my workouts done the first nap he took. And that was really great. And then my power hour went away because he didn't nap as well along the longest time, or I got distracted by laundry and other things. And so it was harder for me to get my power hour in. So I flipped it, and have been trying to do my power hour during his first nap and then fit my workout in whenever, because it's easier for me and with my husband if I can work out, later in the day. So figure out what works for you. And if something's not working right with your schedule, try to change it and see, and if it doesn't, you can always change it back, but it's worth a shot. As Ashley said before, if you're inviting one way and it doesn't work, don't be afraid to change it. So if things in your business aren't working, change them and see. And then if it's worse, well, then you can just go back and do it the old way. I don't know. That's really the tip that I have for people with kids. I don't know. There's other people with kids on here. If they have other tips, you guys feel free to jump in and share. But I thought I'd give that my 2 cents on that topic.
Does anybody have anything that they would like to add, like anything that's helped them when it comes to their daily to-do list? Like, I'm a huge planner person. I know, who would have thought? So I'm really big on making lists, making things that are checked off. I remember something that Fit and Funky talked about at the retreat, Danielle Natoni, and she said every single day she makes her list. So if she didn't do something yesterday, it goes on the list today, and it's jotted down in her notebook, every single day. I would love to see what her to-do list looks like. I'm just saying. But every single day she has a new to-do list, and sometimes that keeps people moving. I know for some people, they need that daily to-do list. They need that structure. They need that organization. If you are not an organized person, I highly recommend picking up some sort of planner. That way it can kind of help you keep track of when team calls are, when you need to do things. I remember when I was working at JCPenney's as a manager, I would literally have to write the name of the person in my planner that I had to follow up with that day, because just I was in charge of advertising and sales and all that stuff. And for a big box store, that's a lot of work. So I always would have to be like, all right, today I have to follow up with Emily. Tomorrow I follow up with Anna. And I knew that way when I looked at my planner every single day, it was staring at me of who I needed to follow up with. So find some sort of organization system that works for you, because that's really going to help you in this business. Like, one thing I hear on most coaches is I'm not organized. Well, I can't give you advice. I really wish I could, but get organized. A, for your business, and B, for taxes, especially if you make over $6,000, and don't be me and wait till the last minute to do it. But find a way.
$600.
Huh?
$600.
Sorry, 600, not 6,000. But find a way to be organized and get in the habit of being organized. Does anybody have anything to add that before I open up questions, that helps them do their to-do list, get daily things done, anything that works best for them?
Because third time's a charm, follow up. So because Ashley's talked about follow-ups twice, I want to do it again, because I know probably most of you are hearing, oh, maybe follow up with me after Christmas, right? Follow up with me after Christmas. And you bet your bottom that they are going on my list. And on December, I think I have it figured over for the 27th. I figured I'd give them an extra day. I will be following up with every single one of those people on December 27th and telling you, hey, you wanted me to follow up. I'm getting ready for the New Year group. Boom. And I'm going to be following up with every single one of these people who I'm talking to at the end of last month and this month who are putting me off, because that's what they said, and it's the new year, and so yes, find a system. If you're a paper, pencil, Excel, Asana, TeamZ, Google Streak isn't the email thing. Any sort of tracking system you can find that works for you, try it. Try more than one at a time, or keep switching until you find one that works, because it's really important. So that's all I got.
Does anybody have any questions? No?
No.
Well, make sure you guys are doing these things, or start to get in the habit of doing these things. Reach out to your upline. Ask them for advice. Ask them how they can help you. Email me, message me. Don't be mad if it takes me a couple of days to get to you. I have like 55 unread messages right now, and I just don't even want to tackle it right now. But reach out to somebody in the team. Post in the team page. We all have different ways of doing things. Excel, Asana, that doesn't work for me. I'm a pen and paper type of gal, so that works best for me. So we're all going to have different areas and different types of things. Keep pushing, guys. There is so much time left in this month. So much time. It's the 7th. It's the 7th of December. But do me a favor. Don't wait till December 30th to try to hit Success Club, okay? There's nothing more, what's the word I'm looking for? Nerve-wracking and stressful than trying to lock it in on the last month. I want to see more names on the board. Only 3 of us hit Success Club last month, which I'm sorry, guys, that's not acceptable. So we got to try harder. We got to work on helping people. We got to share our workouts, and we have to invite daily. You guys can do this, but you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that you can reach these goals, and you need to not wait until January, because I promise you, when I say it every team call, if you wait until January, you're going to see no movement in your business until February or March. This business is about 30 to 60 days behind schedule. So the seeds you're planting now, they're going to come and bloom in January. That's why I'm going live every single day. That's why I've dedicated myself to these workouts. That's why I haven't missed a workout minus one day. So do what you need to do. So next week's team call, sorry, Jasmine, I just saw that. I'm going to be talking about Instagram next week. So next week's team call is going to be on Instagram. Instagram has rolled out all of these amazing new aspects, which are unbelievable. So I will be touching. Next week's call is all about Instagram. So please be on for social media. I love me some social media. It is my jam. And next week will be our last call of the year, which is insane. Nope. We have one on the Wednesday after Christmas. After Christmas, yeah, we have a Wednesday because our holidays are on weird days this year. So make sure. So I'll probably do Instagram this week, and then I'll do Facebook the last week, and then we'll have a big call to kick off January. So you guys have an amazing week. I am not staying on afterwards. I love you all, but I'm exhausted. If you need anything, reach out to me. Post in the team page. Go do your Push It Wednesday post and tag me in it. You guys have an amazing evening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.